So I cannot recall the saying that I wanted. So I went to scrapbook.com. It's a great site. It has lots of things. And one of the things that it has are places where you can find things like quotes. There's also something called titles. Oh, it gives you all sorts of titles. I'm going to go to flowers and see what it says over here. Oh, I like this one. Bloom where you are planted. Alright, so that is what I'm going to use, but I know that's not what I had wanted originally. So write down your quote. Okay, have your quote in front of you, and you could just go in here and write in your quote, but I want to show you how you can make it almost perfect. Not everything is perfect. I don't think anything is perfect, but we'll try to get there as close as we can. So I'm going to measure the area where I am going to put the quote. So I'm going to call it 4 3/4 by, let's go to 4 3/4 again, because this is the area right here. It actually does make a square, so it's 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So now you want to get some scrap paper, and you want to make a piece of paper that size. So let me go find some scrap paper. You go find scrap paper too. Okay, so I found the scrap paper, and I'm just going to use my cutter. Go fast, fast. So 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. That's my size. You cut out what your size is. And now you take that and put it into that area. Perfect. Okay, I know you can see it. So now, bloom where you are planted. And there are a number of ways that, you can do this. And I am going to get my pencil. I already know in my head how I want to do it. I put a piece of blue construction paper so you can see what it is that I am doing. So I'm going to do a squiggly line up there with my pencil. And maybe another one over here. And another one. And with my pencil, I am going to write my words. And I'm going to go from the top to the bottom of those squiggly lines. So my bloom, so it'll go right there. So when you're writing, move your paper so it makes it easier for you to get your lettering done. Actually, I think it did fit just fine. Is it backwards? I have this obsession about things being backwards over here. So bloom where you are planted. Now because I did this on a paper, when I go to my book, I can see where I need to make a few adjustments. And so I think my B is a little too big, so I'll make that a little thinner. And you know what? I will go over it with the pen so you can see it better. So now that I have erased the lines that I had, I can see pretty much what this is going to look like. I don't know what happened with my pen over there. I think, oh, you know what? There's some ridges under here, so it was getting a little stuck. So now I have the page, and I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks. So my line is going to start just about maybe a 1/2 inch, and it's going to be wavy. Okay, so now when you're going to put things on the page, please use a soft leaded pencil. Do not use a mechanical, because the mechanicals, I like mechanicals and I use them for some things, but not for this, because you want a soft round edge so it doesn't dig into the paper. And I'm going to make that first wavy line on top, and then the next wavy line. I'm going to put that back and see how it falls. So right around here. And then my next one was right around here. Okay, so I have my wavy lines. You could even use letter stamps in here, stencils, there are. All right, let's do this. Bloom. If you're good at calligraphy or the that flowy writing that is pretty popular right now, I've been trying that. You have to practice, practice, practice. So every day at work on my break, I'll practice for 15 minutes. And what I also have done is I put the date on the top of my practice sheet. And so hopefully in about 5 years, I'll say, oh my word, look how great I am. Because right now they're really, really stiff. It's like you're learning how to write. And that's what it is. It is writing. It's thinking about what you're writing. And look it up on YouTube. I forget what the name of it is, but it is pretty fancy. A lot of people don't like their handwriting, but if you think about what you're doing, and I'm sure it'll come out fine. There. I could just use the MOLOTOW and go right over my letters like I have them. Or I can use like a calligraphy pen, but I'm not sure if this is waterproof. This is a Copic. I think Copics are permanent. I don't know. The thing about the calligraphy pens is how you hold them. You always hold them in the same direction. So, this one's a little thick. I think it's too thick. I'm afraid. No, I don't like the way that looks. It's too crowded. I think I'm just going to stick with this MOLOTOW. I always forget how to pronounce this. You know, I really like doing these videos. I feel like you're sitting right here with me in my dining room, chit-chatting away. There was a time when I did teach classes here in my home. I had friends come over, but that is when I worked part-time. Now I work full-time, and I just don't seem to have enough time to plan classes. So this is a wonderful alternative. So I still feel like I'm with you and teaching, and you are learning, and it is all good. All right, I'm going to take this big step now, and I'm going to go over my lines with my pen. It is a good idea to keep your elbow like resting on the table when you're doing this. All right, here we go. And try to do it in a flow. Everyone gets a little nervous when they're on their the masterpiece, you know. It's not the practice board, it's the masterpiece. So get yourself all comfortable. Don't get nervous. Just go with it. Here we go. I'm going with it. Here I go. Just flow. I didn't even follow the line I had before. Okay. Like pull towards you so you can see where you're coming. There I go. Look at that. Didn't even follow the line. Okay, so now I'm going to do the letters. Alright, so you do your letters too, okay? You know, whenever you need to stop me, just stop me, rewind me, see what I did, oh yeah, and then, you know, go forward. That's what I do when I am following along with someone else on YouTube. What a great place, YouTube. I think it's wonderful. Alright, here we go. Bloom, B. I'm getting nervous. All right, I think I like it. And what I did was I extended some of the letters down below the line. This is good. You know, I see my imperfections in some of my letters, but honestly, the only person that sees those is you. People just look at the whole picture and they don't see those little imperfections, and really, who doesn't have an imperfection? All right, let's go get my eraser and erase those lines, those guidelines. Sometimes it's best to test your products before you put them on the final. So I have the MOLOTOW and I'm making some lines, and just immediately I'm going to go over here and I'm going to erase. And you know what? It didn't smudge at all. But there, oh, it did. Oh, sorry. It did. Oh, it did. All right. So you need to give things just a moment or two to dry so that they don't smudge. You put too much effort into your things for them to get a wrinkle in them, and then you get really upset. But everything is fixable. Remember that. You know what? I think my border around here, there's a space in there. I think it could use a little something. I'm just going to do some line work in there. You know, you may like it just the way it is. Okay. But I am going to, is it getting clear? There you go. See that little line? I am going to fill that in with a design. So let's do that. I am just going to do some line work. Sort of like making can you see it? It's right here. So you'll see it as I go along. So you need to decide if you want to do a little bit more line work. So I'll get this all done and I will come back and show you. And then you can decide if you want to do something in your, on that little border.